to you. Coffee cheers. I did a live last night and I was super tired. And I'm like, I just probably should do that again when I have more energy and coffee in me. But I was talking about the fact that my sister, she called me like just in a panic yesterday. She's like, girl, they shot Trump. They shot Trump. And I'm like, what? And I kind of felt like that was like the next step to the process for whoever has been trying to take Trump down is I'm like, they're going to kill that man. Like I just felt like they were going to, something was going to be planned against Donald Trump at some point because it's like there was just way too much effort to take that man out of the race for president. And sorry, I haven't even did my hair today, so y'all know how it be on my live streams. Y'all getting the raw me. It's how I wake up in the morning. But I felt like somebody trying to kill Trump was like the next step. And I don't know why. I'm like, I was trying to give like these weird swamp creature people the benefit of the doubt. But it just seemed like the level of demonization and how they weaponize the justice system just overtly against that man. It's like, okay, if they can't pull it off, I feel like they're going to probably take him out. And so obviously somebody tried to take Trump out the game yesterday at one of his rallies. And, there's all kinds of speculation. Obviously his base is they're upset, they're activated, they are, looking at Trump as a savior to America. So anybody who is trying to take out Trump is a clear threat to America. And there's so many irrational people, in these different factions of political think tank. And that's just to say that, regardless of, what the media is going to overproject about this, I think a lot of people are going to be looking at the Democrats. Like the first thing I thought about when I heard of it was, dang, the Democrats are really trying to take him out. Like they are the only ones that have been going after this man so hard. And I'm like, it's one thing that you don't like a political opponent, right? You don't want him to win. But I think that, let's just say that it was the Democrats that tried to take out Trump. That would be an admission that they don't look good. That would be an admission that their candidate is weak. They don't have anything else to put on the table that people would be inspired to vote for. And now they're just trying to exhaust any strategy they can. And so I think, the last couple, like a year or so where you've seen the hard, actually a couple of years since he left office, since Trump left office, they have been going after that man to make sure that he never runs and he's not able to run ever again. And it seems like all of their attempts to take Trump out of the race has failed. So I am not surprised that yesterday happened because there was just so many attempts to take the man out that just kept on failing. And even when he got those convictions, they're like, we got him. Now we can sell to the public that you don't want a convicted felon as a president of the United States. And there was a large group of people who was like, we don't even care about that as long as you people, you swamp people who don't care about Americans are not there. So there's a lot of people who don't care that Trump got felonies because they look at that whole demonization as a setup anyways, right? And so failed on that propaganda, that they couldn't sell to the American public, that we weaponized the justice system. We use what is that guy's name? Jack, whatever, the guy they tried to make, Johnny Badass, trying to take out Trump. They use all these Democratic puppets to take out Trump. And in the end, they failed. So I am not surprised that yesterday happened. I am, I pray for everybody who was traumatized by that situation because, you know, regardless of what the agenda was, somebody other than Trump got killed. Somebody other than Trump got killed. So, they whoever hired their marksman missed the mark, and they ended up killing somebody else. So that is very unfortunate. And I pray for everybody who had to be subjected to that situation. Um, but Trump definitely need to watch his back. Like they need to just try to protect that man. I mean, because obviously somebody has a mark on his life. And I'm pretty sure after the general public kind of sit and get all the facts, they're going to be thinking Democrats. Like they're going to be thinking Democrats. They are the only one who have been aggressively going after this man. They have weaponized the justice system to achieve going after that man. And so I just want this political cycle to be over. I really do. And like I said, I think Democrats, because this isn't a mission that they're not going to win the election, that Trump is going to win. That everything they did to demonize him actually emboldened his chances of winning. This situation right here is going to embolden Trump's chances of winning. Like, even if you have people who are on the cusp, right, they're going to start connecting dots. And maybe they're not the dots that maybe need to be connected, but they're going to start connecting dots and they're going to be looking at who has been demonizing Trump. And they're going to be looking at this as a Democratic Party coordination, and it's not going to make the Democrats look good. Because all that political demonization of Trump was already not making them look good. It wasn't getting the effect that they wanted to. So, I mean, even if the Democratic Party had nothing to do with this assassination attempt on Trump, I think the general public is going to share sentiments that this might have been one of their coordinations, right? You look at all the political coordinations to take out candidates and vilify candidates, right? And the Democratic Party is notorious for coordinating on some BS. And I think I keep assessing this thing like, why is Trump such a threat? Because I think Trump is not a globalist. And I think what the Democratic Party has really trying to push is the World Economic Forum's sort of globalized economy. And so, I don't know if anybody's following the conversations about central bank digital currencies and global financial structures and systems that are being set up where, essentially America would never be the same. And I think that Trump pulled out of a lot of those schemes. Like, I think when he became president, I think he saw the writing on the wall of where the pathway to some of these treaties, these alliances, how they disservice Americans. And I think that's what I believe that's what he thinks he's fighting for. I don't think he's fighting for anything other than the America that he used to know, that he was able to profit from, that probably was able to see a lot of people who came from nothing get rich in, right? And, the financial systems in America have been so freaked and manipulated that it doesn't give just your average person a chance to get ahead anymore and really make money and profit off of their talent. And I feel like Trump's first term was all about protecting those freedoms for Americans to just go out. If you have a passion, you have a skill, pursue it, and just have that ability to pursue it without a bunch of gatekeepers trying to stop you or leech off of your ideas. And so check out some of the things that Trump did first term. And I think once people really dig into his first term, which things like this tend to inspire people to do, they'll realize that Trump didn't have a bad first term. He actually did look out for Americans on so many different levels. It's almost like he took care of us first. I felt like this second term was going to be more focused on, what our role is going to be in some of these foreign conversations. But I think Trump is going to win. I think that this attempt was because they know that Trump is going to win. And I think that Trump was a huge thwart to globalist plans. And I think that when you hear Democrats and their little think tanks say by any means necessary, right, we need to stop Trump by any means necessary, that is a very open conversation about what any means necessary means. And so, again, I think public sentiment is going to be looking at the Democratic Party. What do you guys think? When you heard about Trump's attempted assassination, did you think Democrat first, or what did you think? Is there some other group that's just aggressively after Trump like that? Because I haven't seen any other group go after Trump as hard as the Democratic Party. And it's very interesting. But anyways, I'm going to keep this short. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. But I pray for everybody. I pray for Donald Trump. I pray for everybody. I pray for Joe Biden. I pray for everybody because, Lord, America just needs some help. It just needs some help. I will catch you on the next one. I'll keep following this story, but I really do believe that this is just a political cycle thing, right? The slow news cycle. I think, like, let's go try to kill Trump so we can get some news, because the Democrats are failing everywhere. Their media is failing. Everything is failing for them. So they need something. And these people are not really screwed on tight, right? These people are, to me, sociopaths. A lot of these politicians are sociopaths. So anyways, let's pray for everybody, right? I pray for the family of the person who actually did get killed, right? I pray for the family of the person who actually did get killed, because Trump got grazed, right? And thank God he did not lose his life, right? But somebody else did lose their life, right? If this was a Democratic Party, man, y'all failing everywhere, right? Y'all can't take them down in the legal system. Even your marksmen are shitty. So anyways, y'all have a wonderful day. America is crazy, y'all. America is crazy, but maybe we'll get back to some stability someday. Hopefully before my kids get grown, because I just feel like right now, I don't care if you're black or white, the way these politicians got this country going, we're all going to be picking cotton, for real. Black, white, Puerto Rican, and Haitian, they're going to have us all picking cotton. I don't care what nobody think, white, black, whatever. If they don't turn this around in this country, if they don't get a handle on the markets, if they don't get a handle on the economy, if they don't get a handle on the spending, the deficit, right? If those are not the priorities, we are all screwed. We are all screwed. Our future generations are going to be screwed. It's going to be harder and harder for them to ever live the life that some of us have lived or been able to. And I am like, I'm only like 41. I feel like it's incredibly hard. I definitely don't have the ease of life that my mom and her husband were able to build, and even people before, right? And that's because of the spending. It is a trickle down effect. So when you guys are pro, go over there and spend this much money here and this much money there, you are putting that bill on your kids. That is a bill that is going down to your children. That's why when you're talking about things going up and up and up and inflation, it's because of what was going on before, right? I put up a chart on Twitter, but when you think about the U.S., debt, right? In about 92, we were at $3 trillion. $3 trillion. was our debt, right? And Clinton came in, Bush came in, Obama came in and really cut up. They needed his black ass to be the face of the debt, raising the debt significantly. Trump came in, raised it even higher. Now Biden is adding to it, right? So since 1992, we went from 3 trillion to 34, 35 trillion dollars in debt, right? So forget about all that white supremacy, black supremacy, all that racial stuff, because that's the stuff they need to divide the nation while they're busy screwing us all over indiscriminately. I mean, you have to be a stupid idiot to be cleaving on to any level of racial supremacy in America when really your race nobody's race is getting them paid anymore because there are systems of people set up to screw us up indiscriminately. So forget about the politics. Let's look at the policies. What Trump, I believe, is going to come in with better policies. You know, Trump is going to, I would not ever advocate for Biden, especially because he's a dummy. He's a shell. He's a shell for a democratic purpose that does not align with American values at all. So that's what Biden is. So I don't have any respect for Joe Biden. I don't really respect him anyways, because I think that he's one of those undercover racists that they love to prop and try to showboat around black people, right? Like, I don't like fake racist people. I respect a real racist person all day long, right? I actually do. There are some white supremacists, they have a clear reason for why they feel the way they do. And even if I don't agree with them, it's like at least your racist ass can put it on the table why you hate my black ass. But I hate a fake racist. I cannot stand a fake racist. Somebody who will pretend like they're your friend so they can stab you in the back. I hate fake racists. Just put your ass on the table and let everybody make the assessment. Like, I just can't stand it. And that's what the Democratic Party is. They are comprised of a bunch of fake racist people. They prop fake racist people to cleave on to black people, try to get black people credit. They use these black puppet faces who hate themselves to push agendas that have nothing to do with black people. Like, I cannot stand fake racists. I just cannot stand them. Like, so anyways, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will catch you on the next one. Y'all need to start paying attention to the policies, specifically the economic policies. The economic policies are what is hurting this nation right now, all right? Every time we send money to other nations, right, weapons packages, they're like, we're not sending money, we're sending weapons over to, those weapons cost money to produce, right? Somebody needs to be paying America back, right? America, we out here all over the damn world, positioning ourselves everywhere. Who's paying us? Whoever had a free security guard, right? And I totally agree with Trump. We cannot be out here protecting all of you people and y'all not coming off up of nothing. You guys aren't paying us. And he's the only politician that and maybe some other politicians have said that, but I've never heard another politician go out there and say, hey, yeah, we've been policing the world. We've been helping all you people out. We need some coins, right? Y'all need to come pay America back. We need to bring our deficit down with the payback, right? Like, we're going out the world backwards, right? We send up there continuing to send our resources out, and I don't see the ROI for Americans, right? The only return on investment that America is getting is a small segment of people are making money off of these weapons, right? That doesn't trickle down. People are like, war is good for the economy. No, it's good for a segment of the economy who is invested in the military industrial complex. Let's just keep it a buck, right? War is only good for warmongers. And if they are so inclined to trickle down their spoils of war into the economy by building business and creating jobs, that is when war benefits the US economy. But we live in this greed sort of mentality in America today. So really ain't nobody trying to trickle down anything, right? They trickling down little fractions of fractions. So this nation needs help. This nation needs help. And if a person like Donald Trump, who I think he had a great term, and I feel like his first term was very focused on the interests of Americans, right? If you are a musician, if you write music or whatever, I mean, he even covered you the first term. And I'm not advocating for Donald Trump at all, but I'm just saying, let's just look at the propaganda and then look at reality, right? Because I think if people sort of was able to shut off the propaganda and really just look at their own pattern logic, based off of reality, I think that they would see things much differently than these demonic propaganda projections. Trump did not have a bad term, and I'm not saying that to endorse or anything. He just didn't. And I was very upset that Trump lost. I really didn't believe the 2020 election. And I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump because I felt like I don't vote on racism. I don't vote on any of that bullshit. I vote on policies. What are you going to do for my money? I care about my money like every single American who has a family. I don't care about your racist rhetoric. That George Floyd thing did nothing for me. All of that political showboating, demonizing to inflame people to make a voting decision. I divorced myself of that bullshit, and I only care about what you're going to do for my pockets, right? So you can bring 1,000 Black women in front of my face and say, oh, God, we should do this because they're doing, and I'm like, honey, that is your Black American experience. I cannot account for it, right? But I care about my money. And if the Democrats are not doing anything for my money, that I'm going to vote for who will do something for my money. And I believe that Trump was going to do something for my money. It's unfortunate that the 2020 election outcome was the way that it was. I actually went to bed, and I live in Michigan. And when I went to bed that night, Trump was so ahead in Michigan. I'm like, oh, he got Michigan. And I went to bed. I was like, I literally went to bed knowing that Trump had Michigan. And then early in the morning, I get up, catch my coffee, and get the news. And I'm like, why is this, blue? Like, what happened? Right? And I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I just care about my money. Who's pushing out policies that's going to protect my money and the money of my future generations? That's all I care about. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I wanted Trump to actually be the president right now. And I think what we saw with the Democrats with this Biden, I think it was actually necessary for Biden to come in and show us what the new Democratic order, the new Democratic mindset is going to come in and do to this nation. They're going to create all kinds of ridiculous laws to create entitlements, right? And I wish people would understand the difference between a right and an entitlement, right? Abortion is not a right. It is an entitlement because it involves a third party. So if you want to go out there and engage in slut behaviors, the consequences of your action is going to be pregnancy. And the Democrats keep lying to people, talk about people are getting abortions because of rape and incest. No, they're getting abortions because of Megan Thee Stallion and this whole culture that the Democratic media entertainment machine pushes to younger generations, so they buy into it. And then you even got the next level of trifling hoes in the rap game talking about all I need is some Henny and some Plan B. Right? So these young ladies are very reckless. They're making money from the machine to push that, right? And then they're getting pregnant, right? And they're like, I have a right to kill my baby. No, it's like you have a right to keep your legs closed and stop involving people in your horrible decisions. And I respect any doctor that don't want to enable that type of whole culture. I knew this chick named Monica. She had like 4 abortions by the time we got into 12th grade. Like, something is wrong there. All right. That's literally, that's not a right. That is not a right. That is not a right. I was hoping they would give Ice Cube more coverage and support when he wanted to meet Biden. No, Ice Cube doesn't fit the narrative, right? The Democrats only promote Black people who are struggle junkies, right? Victimized in their mentality, right? Because that's their narrative for Black people. They need to narrate Black people as forever victims in America so that they can leverage our victimization during these political cycles. All the while, they don't really do anything for Black people. We just talk about our problems and maybe throw out a little subsidy here and there for the poverty line. All the while, they shit on the actual working middle class Blacks, right? So, and that's another thing, they narrate Black people all kinds of ways in these political spaces, and they literally take the poverty line behaviors and mindsets, and they just blanket them all over Black America. And then the Republicans, they do it too. They'll take like some ignorant portion from the poverty line and just blanket all Black Americans like, oh, look, they're ignorant. They're uncivilized. They're this. Yeah, it's just like, half of these people talking about Black people are 10 times less intelligent than what they really hope all Black people are. They really are. They really are. And they have people like Candace Owens to validate them, right? Because Candace wants to be a fixed demographic of Black people that can actually think. So we live in a crazy world, y'all, but pray for everybody. Right? Pray for the person who lost their life in the attempt to take Donald Trump's life, right? The Democratic Party has been failing all the way around with this man. And I'm not going to say it's the Democratic Party, but I'm just saying, let's say it was the Democratic Party, it would make more sense that it was them. They have failed to take this man out on several different avenues. So to me, an assassination, it's just not far-fetched. It's just not far-fetched for me. It is just not far-fetched to me that this is their last resort. They're like, we just like take them out. Shit. Like we can't get them in the legal system. We don't weaponize the justice system against this man. Can't take him out. Can't take him out. Yep. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for those who have tuned in. And we will just see. I just want this political cycle to be over. I don't know if, like, here's the thing. I have my feelings about Trump too. And the way that the religious people are turning him into a god. I'm kind of like side noting either some of these Christians or I'm side-eyeing Trump. Something's off with that. But I'm like, I hope that man not the Antichrist. I really hope he's not the Antichrist because Trump has double talking tendencies. And I don't think his base, the segment that he pulled that Hillary called deplorables, those are the least intelligent of the whites, right? They are the least intelligent of the whites. I have to be specific because there's a lot of intelligent white people, nice white people, non-bigoted white people. But he pulled that group of people. They were not voting. They were not participating in the political process prior to Hillary. And Trump pulled the Democrat card where usually the Democrats go into the poor Black communities and try to get them registered to vote so that they can get more votes. He went into the rural white areas and he brought that segment into the voting process. That's really how we got the MAGA, right? MAGA is comprised of different types of white people, right? And I don't even think that the intelligent white people really are diehard MAGA. It's really those other ones, the ones that need to be validated that Black people are all dumb so that they can feel smart, even though they're not. really the sharpest tools in the shed. And Candace Owens have leveraged their stupidity, to inflame, you know, Black people and validate their ideas of Black people. So Trump knew what he was doing, but I think, he took the risk with that segment of his base. But Trump is not a racist. I mean, if Black people keep it 100, we've never known him as a racist until the Democratic Party told us. And then they started planting all these white supremacists at his rallies. And trust and believe, there were probably some organic white supremacists there. But the Democrats, through the Lincoln Project, planted a lot of those white-looking people there who had supremacy, right? So shout out to all the white people that are not like that. I love you guys. You are my brothers and sisters. Yes, you are, right? I don't hate anybody. I don't subscribe to ideological group things because at the end of the day, I'm waiting for God's kingdom, y'all. I don't know, like y'all waiting for a man to fix this earth. I'm waiting for Jesus to come back and rain hell on this earth and take it out. So we just not on the same wavelength, right? I'm waiting for Judgment Day. I'm not waiting for who's going to screw up this country next, right? Because it's going down, you guys. I don't know if you guys realize it. Some of you guys are removed from religion. Some of you guys are fake religious. But we are about to enter the era of the Antichrist. And a lot of people are distracted with this and that. They don't realize this. We are about to enter the era of the Antichrist, where we are going to be tokenized. We are going to have a social credit score. We are not going to be able to buy or sell or participate in commerce unless we have the mark of the beast. And that has to be in our mentality, where we're actually worshiping the beast, or by our deeds, our hands, right? Some people have the mark of the beast by the way that they think and by the deeds of their hands. And it's these people who are going to be leveraged to attack true believers during the times of tribulation, because, they're not going to be able to believe in God at that point. And I don't think people realize with CBDCs, digital IDs, that these are all the ingredients. And these are things that were prophesied. If you read the entire book of Revelation, these things are actually prophesied. And even though we've always had war, famine, we've always had those things, yes, but there were signs that John told us that we needed to look out for that will help us to see where we were at in the stream of mankind's history. And so the signs are clear, right? If you're an American, hey, you can have patriotism to whatever you want. We have free will. That is our God-given gift of free will. But America is that big horn on the second beast. It is. And if you worship and you're a patriot to America, you are a patriot to the second beast. And by extension, the Antichrist. God is not with these nations. It's not in prophecy for any nation on this earth to be preserved. And if you really understood the word, you'd know that. I don't care what these fake apostate clergymen are telling people. They want you destroyed like the people of the days of Noah. They want you, they really want y'all like the people in the days of Noah, oblivious as to where we are in the stream of mankind's history. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I pray for everyone. But anyways, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week, right? This is the beginning of the work week for me. I'm getting ready to, I'm looking at this load. It's a load of laundry. It's all clean, and I got to fold it. So I'm about to put on some binaurals and fold some laundry. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.